You can't worship God and money. You can't worship God and money. Are we doing okay? You can either trust God or trust money, but you cannot do both. Unfortunately, we live in a day, guys, where that's where our trust is at. There are no condemnation here. A lot of Christians are in this place. A lot of people in the church are here. You can either trust God or trust money. Luke chapter 16, we just read this, but he ends it in verse 13. He ends that passage we read with, "No one can serve two masters, for you will hate one and love the other. You will be devoted to one and despise the other. You can't serve both God and money." You cannot do that. So which one are you going to serve? What's the Sunday school answer? Jesus, winner, winner, chicken dinner, this side of the room. So I'll give you some examples here. You serve money when you, listen to me, because some of you might be serving money and not realize that. Remember what I said, do not be condemned, but you serve money when you overwork and let money control your schedule. Look, I know you need to get that deal, but you need to be present if you're at home with your family, with your spouse. You got to trust God. I'm not saying we don't work hard. Hey, Bible says you don't work, you don't eat. Work hard, but pay attention to why you're doing it. If you're overworking, I'm telling you, just to get the extra dollar, you might be serving money. You serve money when you feel secure, when you have money, and anxious when you don't. Ever been there? I have. And I've overworked. I feel secure when I have it sometimes and anxious when I don't. I've been there. I haven't arrived, but I left the station. I can say this because I'm just like you. I'm human. I forget who I am sometimes too. I need to be reminded of the truth. And this is a good reminder because I don't want to be in that place. I want to be content in all things, in every season of life, not with what my wallet is telling me. We all have a chain wallet that connects right to our heart, don't we? That's why it's hard to give. Ouch. That's why Jesus talked so much about it. Ouch, because it's a spiritual matter. He talked a lot about money. You serve money when you make financial decisions based on comparison or competition. What do I mean? It's making financial decisions based on the fact that, well, the neighbor has XYZ, so we should have XYZ. I was just on Instagram, and they have all these things, so therefore we need to have all these things. Will you stop it? You don't have that. You can't decorate like that, so stop it. Just because you got one piece doesn't mean the whole house looks that way. Cut it out. Or we should, when it comes to competition, it's when we make financial decisions that are driven by our desire to win. I need to appear more successful than others, so I'm going to have to get this car. I need to look the part. It can't, listen, if it's going to be a minivan, it's got to be like a Honda Odyssey or a Sienna. Have you seen those things? It can't just be any minivan. They need to see that we're about it. You know, house rich. You remember 2008? They were all house rich. They got the house and had nothing. Can't be like that, and too many of us are. Worshiping God with your money means letting Him define how you earn, spend, and give. That's how you worship Him, worship God with money. If you worship money, you'll become stingy and self-protective. Are you stingy and self-protective? Are you the person that argues, I don't have to give, Jesus was my gift? Because he takes us from law to stingy. No, he took us from law to grace. Okay? If you worship God, you will become more generous and, may I add, free. Amen? But you got to taste and see. You got to taste and see.